Good morning, bienvenidos, and welcome from the West Coast. We like to say West Coast Kidney Walk. We are broadcasting from beautiful Oracle Park in San Francisco, home of the Giants, and the hub for today's National Kidney Foundation 2020 Virtual Kidney Walk Open Ceremonies experience. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Erwin Higueros, San Francisco Giants Spanish-speaking broadcaster, and I could not be more thrilled to be your host for this spectacular event. Throughout this virtual program, we want to make sure that you are not only inspired, but also very energized in order to go out and complete your walk. We know 2020 has been anything but typical, including the Kidney Walk. In this year of the pivot, Kidney Walk Lace Up is a new opportunity to join the movement of hope and help by taking your own personal walk in your home, local park, neighborhood, or even around the ballpark. And while the walk may look different, what will still the same is our collective commitment to change the lives of people living with kidney disease. We all have different reasons for walking and different experiences with kidney disease. But today, our different paths share a common purpose. Together, we lace up to raise awareness and save lives. We're also lacing up at home to protect those who are most at risk, especially those impacted by COVID-19 and those in our underserved and minority communities. We can't gather in person this year, but we are confident that our spirit and our united message of hope will ring all across Northern California and all the way to Pacific Northwest as we walk together but apart. Before we jump into the program, I do need to take care of a few housekeeping notes. 1. Be sure to check out the live chat below to say hello to your fellow walkers and friends during the duration of the program. 2. You definitely want to head over to the Wellness Village below, where there are 3 special videos available for you on demand for the next 5 days. Join Coach Alyssa Nacken, the first female coach in MLB history, who's also part of the Giants coaching staff, for a little yoga. We have a delicious kidney-friendly cooking class with our ballpark chef. And last but not least, we have a very exciting dance-off between Lucille and Sidney the Kidney. You don't want to miss out. 3. We have made it easy for you to connect further after the ceremonies are over and have included a Zoom link within the Wellness Village where you'll have access to a variety of breakout rooms. There will be the NKF radio show featuring requests and dedications, an open room for networking, and NKF's RN Patty McCormick, who will be available to chat and answer all of your questions. With that said, let's get started. As happy as I am to be here with you all today, there are a few other folks from around the country that want to say hello as well. First off, we have Executive Director of the National Kidney Foundation, Amy Hewitt, to kick us off. Amy, take it away.
Thank you, and good morning to you too, Erwin. I want to give a shout out and say good afternoon to Soledad O'Brien and our NKF colleagues in New York City who just finished up their walk. Congrats to all of you. I hope you're enjoying a well-deserved post-walk celebration. What an awesome day for a coast-to-coast kidney walk. Hi all, I'm Amy Hewitt, Executive Director for the National Kidney Foundation serving Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. We are so thrilled to be broadcasting from Oracle Park, home of the Giants, and today's hub for the 2020 Virtual Kidney Walk opening ceremonies. Thank you so much for joining us. As Erwin mentioned, 2020 has been anything but typical, including our kidney walk. What we do know for sure is when we unite as a community, we have the power to change lives. And uniting as a community is what we have done. I am so proud to share that in our region, we have walkers from Northern California all the way to Washington, even Brazil and Switzerland. And nationally, we have walkers from coast to coast. One of this year's goals was to fill the US map orange by activating kidney community warriors in all 50 states and have the largest kidney walk season ever. So let's see how we're doing towards those goals. Take it away, Sidney.
Hey everybody, I'm Cheryl Huey and I'm broadcasting live from the Pacific Northwest and beautiful Harstein Island. My team, Believe in Miracles, is walking today because we support the National Kidney Foundation's efforts to educate folks on kidney transplants and living donations. Yay!
Lace Up is a new way to walk and a new way to join our movement of hope and health
for kidney disease patients, caregivers, and friends in your community.
We all know someone affected by kidney disease or have experienced the agony of our own personal fight. We all know suffering.
And we need as many walkers like you as possible to add your voice to our movement of hope and health for all kidney patients.
When you lace up in your community, you give a voice to the suffering of kidney patients across the country in every state, city, and town.
We lace up to remember those we've lost, to call for better care and longer lives.
Each and every walk is important, and it brings us one step closer to our shared purpose.
We are one community of game changers and change makers, united by a shared belief in the life-saving power of our collective miles.
This year, we're taking our mission to the streets and your screens, finding unity and strength in the power of our many voices on the path to a healthier nation.
Different paths, common goal.
Together we lace up to save lives. Thank you to our 2020 Kidney Walk National Partners. Our national sponsors and teams are Logisticare, Moonstone Nutrition, Relipsa, Satellite Healthcare, Transplant Genomics. And our national teams are Aetna CVS, AT&T, Azura Vascular Care, Equus Capital Partners, Fresenius Medical Care North America, Konica Minolta, Madison Apartment Group, Omega Sci-Fi.
That's awesome. And that's what today's walk is all about. People in their communities walking to change lives. Before I turn things back over to Erwin, I want to give a heartfelt thank you and share my deepest gratitude to our 2020 walk leadership. Our corporate walk chairs, East Bay Kidney Walk, Dr. Hamoudi Albander, President Chabot Nephrology, and Dr. Glenn Chertow, Professor of Medicine and Chief Division of Nephrology, Stanford University School of Medicine. Our San Francisco walk chair, Sasha King, Chief Marketing Officer, CareDx. And our Silicon Valley corporate walk chairs, Dr. Luis Alvarez, Chair of Nephrology at the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, and Evie Percubo, Managing Partner, San Jose EY. I'd also like to thank the Chair of our Executive Leadership Committee, Todd Ungard, Chief Commercial Officer, Relipsa. And I give my heartfelt thanks to our 2020 Kidney Walk presenting sponsor, Satellite Healthcare, Rick Barnett, their CEO and Chair of our board. And as we get started today, I wanted to share their words of inspiration and remind us of the power of today's walk.
Hi, I'm Rick Barnett, President and CEO of Satellite Healthcare and Board Chair of the National Kidney Foundation for the West Coast. So delighted to be with you today and so excited to kick off our walk season. Our kidney walks are an important part of what we do to increase awareness about the urgent needs of people living with kidney disease, increasing funding to help programs that affect people stricken with kidney disease, and to really help mobilize and coalesce people that have a passion for helping others living with this disease. Satellite has been a longtime partner of the National Kidney Foundation, and we hope each of you today will consider doing the same and participating in our walks.
Hi, I'm Todd Ungard, representing Team Relipsa, and Kidney Walk 2020 is a really important year for me personally and for my team here at Relipsa. 2020 represents a lot of challenges, but it's also a reminder of the need for us to rally around the kidney community, even in light of so many challenges. with the pandemic. The pandemic disproportionately impacts kidney patients, giving us all the more reason to fight extra hard, go that extra mile, that extra step, raise that extra dollar for the kidney community, and help put an end to this horrible disease.
My name is A.B. Krubo. I am one of the Silicon Valley walk chairs for the Kidney Walk. I lead EY's office in San Jose. In terms of being involved with the Kidney Walk, employee well-being has always been important to the firm, but never more so than now. So it's very natural for us to really want to be involved with the Kidney Walk. Such a great cause for employees in our communities.
I've been a nephrologist for the last 40 years, practicing nephrologist. I've seen the impact of kidney disease on people, life. The burden is unimaginable on these patients as well as in their families. But at the same time, also I witnessed their incredible courage and perseverance in dealing with this chronic disease.
The National Kidney Foundation is such a critical partner for us at CareDx. We have a very similar mission. How can we really improve the lives of patients who are living with kidney disease or have had kidney transplants? That's something that we're extremely passionate about here at CareDx. Transplantation is all that we do and we're focused on, and we're really excited about a world where we can support patients throughout this journey.
One of our most important partnerships in our organization's history, really for 45 years, has been our partnership with the National Kidney Foundation. And I couldn't be any more proud of the work that NKF is doing to increase awareness of a disease that's largely unknown in this country, and really focusing to improve care and care outcomes. NKF has been a very loud voice in advocacy in Washington, D.C. to improve the systems of care in this country, transplantation availability, et cetera. And Satellite has been alongside wherever we can to advocate for those changes and improvements as well. And again, I couldn't be any more grateful for our partnership with NKF, the work they're doing, and the almost exact alignment of the missions of both of our organizations.
And so spending time with people that matter on things that matter is really, really important. And that's why being involved with something like the Kidney Walk is so important at this moment in history. And that's where I and we draw inspiration from.
It has been a difficult year. We are dealing with a bad epidemic, but what's so inspiring is to witness the courage, the professional behavior, the commitment of the health worker. And I mean across the board, from the physician to the nurses to the dietitian to everybody who works in the hospital and health field. I have yet to witness somebody who refused to do anything, but rather see all of them volunteering and committed to the care of all the patient despite the obvious risk. It's inspiring to see colleagues who have been retired and having the good life for many years, volunteering back despite their age and despite the fact that they are at risk, to volunteer their time to help with the management of a patient with COVID. It is truly inspiring.
It's definitely a year where we can all draw inspiration, or maybe need a little bit more inspiration from all of the people around us. I have absolutely drawn a lot of inspiration from the kidney transplant patients that we work with every single day. We've hosted now a number of webinars where we've had an opportunity to interact with kidney patients, even during this time when we are all being socially distant. One of the highlights for me this year was the AlloCare Transplant Festival, where National Kidney Foundation was a partner with us. And just being able to have thousands of kidney patients and caregivers together, sharing an experience, getting to hear how this has been impacting each person differently. It really is inspirational when you talk to people who are living through this in all different scenarios and lifestyles. The other big inspiration for me is all of my coworkers at CareDx. You know, the CareDx Village, as part of the kidney community, is really an incredible group of individuals who are so passionate about patient care, extremely patient-centric, and it comes across in every facet of the organization from every group within CareDx. So the other inspiration for me today is all of my coworkers here at CareDx.
Gift to all these people who are affected by this disease. As I said, the burden is big because it's a chronic disease. It's day in, day out to deal with burden of dialysis and various comorbidities. So it's an ideal word to have a word without thinking about this chronic disease. I think it would be wonderful. And you know, the good things about it is that it is really achievable with the proper education and preventive measure. We can do a lot. We may not eliminate the kidney disease 100%, but certainly we can significantly decrease this burden, but with education, research, and dealing with the other diseases or other factors which lead to kidney disease.
Imagine a world without kidney disease is pretty incredible. And I feel privileged that I actually get to imagine that on a regular basis because we do work closely with individuals who've received a kidney transplant. It is amazing when you talk with kidney transplant recipients, that experience of going from having a chronic disease to, you know, now there's a whole host of things to manage with a transplant, but you have a working kidney and all of the kidney function issues that you had before are really going away. And it's just amazing when you hear about this, you know, taste coming back, energy coming back. And so I do get to sort of experience that world without kidney disease through some of these stories that I hear from transplant recipients. And so maybe my own way of putting in a plug for how can we really expand transplantation, make sure that this becomes a opportunity for all patients with end-stage renal disease, and slowly work together to make this a world where people can live without kidney disease.
I imagine a world where kidney patients won't be punished for their genetics. I imagine a world where the conversations are different, where the only port that dialysis patients will talk about is not a dialysis port, but the next port of call for their vacation. And I also imagine a world when we talk about transplant, it's not kidney transplant, it's what flowers am I going to transplant in the garden? That's the world I imagine without kidney disease.
Without kidney disease is, simply put, transformational. One in which the quality of life for those we love, 1 in 3 people, is improved, which also then means the ability to take our resource and our time and use those precious resources with the people we love the most.
Thank you all, and thanks, Edie. I couldn't agree with you more. Today, we are walking with a vision and hope for a world without kidney disease, and all of you participating will help us make that possible. Thank you so much, and enjoy your walk. Back to you, Erwin.
Thank you, Amy, and everyone from around the country for your messages, and for the footage from last year's walk. And for you at home, we are thrilled you are participating this year virtually and hope to see you in person next year. Before we dive deeper into our program, I would be remiss to not acknowledge the many people who have played major roles in getting us here today. Please join me in recognizing the corporate sponsors who have supported the Bay Area Pacific Northwest Kidney Walks. Starting with the national multi-market sponsors. Presenting sponsor, Satellite Health. Premier Plus sponsor, Relipsa, followed by the local corporate sponsors. Premier sponsor, Trisita. Diamond sponsors, Bishop Ranch, EY, ECUS, Capital Partners, Stanford Children's Health, and Lucille Parker Children's Hospital. Platinum sponsors, CareDx, John Muir Health and Union Bank. Gold sponsors, Arenia, Ardelyx, Baxter, BPM, Chemocentrics, Selexis, Goodwin, H4B Chelsea, Newark Knight Frank, and UCSF Health. Silver sponsors, Alliant Insurance Services, Calithra Biosciences, 5-9, Simpson, Garretti, Innes, and Jacuzzi, and the Wilson, Sonsini, Goodrich, and Rossetti Foundation. Again, thank you to all of the NKF sponsors. And now, in an effort to keep your arms and legs from stiffening up for your upcoming walk, I want to invite you to get off your seats for Lucille and Sidney the Kidney 60-second warm-up, accompanied by the fabulous DJ Kearney. DJ Kearney, take it away.
Thank you so much, Erwin. Hi, I'm DJ Courtney. I'm coming to you live from Oracle Park. All right, everyone stand up so we can stretch it out with Lou and Sidney. We're gonna get ready, so everybody stand up. Come on, here we go. Okay, stretch one, your arms over your head. Left arm, right arm, whichever you wanna do. Left arm, right arm over your head. Sidney, you can do it to the left, to the left, to the left, okay? To the right, to the right. Okay, everybody there? Okay, here we go. Now let's gonna do stretch number two. Arms across your body. Put your arms across your body. You know how to do this. Arms right across your body. You can do this. Okay, now let's switch to the other arm. Other arm across your body. Now we're gonna add 10 jumping jacks. Get yourself really warm. Yes, 10. I know, Lucille. 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sidney, did you do 10? I think I got you stopping. There you go. Sidney stopped at 9. Thank you both. I'm really starting to feel warm. Erwin, back to you.
Thank you, Lucille and Sidney, for that amazing warm-up. I am feeling loose and ready for my walk. It is now my privilege and pleasure to introduce two remarkable individuals who can tell you firsthand the difference you are making today by participating in the Kidney Walk. Please join me in welcoming Alana Burns, former college basketball player and kidney transplant recipient, and Wilson Du, also known as the Renal Warrior. He's a dialysis patient and an athlete with a remarkable journey who is helping others to change their lives. Alana, Wilson, how you doing?
How's it going? How you doing, Erwin?
How are you?
Well, great to see you guys. Great to meet you.
Great to see you as well.
Great to see you.
Alana and Wilson, this is a question for both of you. Mm-hmm. Tell our audience a little bit about you and your kidney journey and what role has been an athlete play in how you have coped with the kidney disease. Alana.
Okay. So I am a former college athlete, former basketball player from Michigan State University. And I actually am also now a former type 1 diabetic, courtesy of my pancreas and kidney transplant that I had on March 12th, 2019. And so that journey actually, it was interesting because how I actually noticed that there was actually something wrong or something different. I am ultra competitive. And so I actually own a Peloton bike. And so with that, I noticed that my outputs on my Peloton were actually decreasing. And I could not for the life of me figure out why. So at that point, I was like, there's something different. Why are my outputs lower? And I actually made an appointment in which I was then told that I actually was in stage 5 of kidney disease. And so at that point, it was literally like my competitive spirit, I think, kicked in, and my desire to actually not let anything beat me is what kicked in and what actually helped so much along my journey. I mean, when I went into most of my, even with doing my evaluations, doctors looked at me and said, you don't look sick, you don't look, your labs don't actually look how you look. And it was really, I think, my ethics and my drive and my competitiveness that would not let this disease and kidney disease actually even beat me or even try to slow me down. I had things that I wanted to accomplish, a whole lot of life to still live. And I think that definitely athletics and that push and that drive helped me throughout all the process.
Great. Wilson?
Wow, that's wonderful. Unlike Elena over there, I was never really an athlete. But how I started was 4 years ago, I started getting some gout pains and got to the point where I wasn't able to get out of bed. Had to call the ambulance to come get me, and they came and got me. They brought me into the emergency room. It was gout, thinking that doctor's probably going to tell me to go on a diet, but they said it was gout, and on top of that, I had stage 5 end-stage renal disease. At the time I was diagnosed, I was 315 pounds. Was pretty much told that I don't qualify for a transplant, that I needed to lose 100 pounds if I wanted to do it. But the whole stint right from the get-go, I was in the hospitalized 7 to 8 weeks, couldn't walk in a wheelchair, and pretty much blamed the world for everything. And how could I lose the weight without even being able to exercise, being wheelchair bound, things like that. And was never really athletic, lived a very unhealthy life. But one day just really decided to choose life, either give up dialysis and let it go, or choose life. And I chose life. And from there, I remember that particular moment of picking myself up off that wheelchair and really just almost literally crawling 10 feet and then coming back and doing that day in, day out. And just really just telling myself that I wanted to live. 10 feet walk turned into 15 feet walk, turned into 20 feet walk, day after day, turned into down the block, down the street, first mile, 2 miles, started jogging a little bit, started biking. And pretty much within the past 4 years have completed a bike ride from San Francisco Bay Area down to San Diego, completed Olympic distance triathlon last year, going from not knowing if I was going to survive to be able to complete triathlons. And now I train people for a living. And so being an athlete actually helped me cope with kidney disease in many aspects. Physically, I've lost the weight. I've gained the strength that I needed to cope with this disease. The other thing is that there's a mental and spiritual thing with it. What I tell a lot of folks is that when I'm huffing and puffing, working out, and I'm tired and I'm breathing hard, I'm just like everybody else. At that moment in time, I have no kidney disease. At that moment in time, I'm just like everybody else. And that makes me feel alive. That makes me feel good. And so a lot of that has really helped me through this whole journey in fighting these battles mentally, spiritually, and physically.
Great, great. Elena, if you could shout it from the rooftops, what do you want the world to know about your experience?
I would say it is so important to be your own advocate. I mean, I can't express this enough or say this to everyone enough, is to actually be your own advocate. The process can be difficult. Kidney disease and actually functioning through kidney disease is exhausting. You can feel absolutely terrible, but to also advocate for yourself, to actually do research, to figure out like if you need a transplant, looking at different transplant centers, look into how you can actually go get listed at different centers. And if you are not as like assertive as like I am, or please like ask someone. People want to help. Ask someone who can be just as assertive. It can be very assertive. Ask them to actually help you and be your advocate. You absolutely have to advocate for yourself, and you actually have to fight for your life. You're basically essentially fighting for your life and fighting for your health. And so always, even though you're exhausted, always keep up the fight. Have your support system. When you're tired and you're like, I'm a little tired, I'm tired of this little fight, they'll fight for you for a little bit, but get back up. You may get knocked down a couple times through the journey, but keep getting back up and keep fighting for your survival.
Wilson, what would you tell your younger self pre-kidney disease about what was coming?
That's a great question. I often ask myself that same question. What would I tell my younger self? And What I would tell my younger self is that, you know, there will come some dark times, but through the dark times will come out your strongest self. I feel that a lot of us do not get to be tested, and in this particular fight, I was able to get tested. And a lot of times it's either you sink or swim, and that you have the strength within you. I've been a big guy all my life. All my adult life, I've been, you know, well over 300 pounds, maybe 330, 340 at certain points. And I always thought that I could never get fit. I thought it was just within me. I couldn't do it. But, you know, this kidney disease really made me step up, and I was able to prove to myself how strong I could really become. And so I would tell my younger self that don't doubt yourself, that through the dark times, you know, as dark as it gets, it doesn't stay dark forever. Tough times never last, tough people do. So that's my best advice to my younger self.
This last question is for both of you. What would you tell your other patients who were on your same journey? Alana?
I would say do not give up hope. Like, I mean, this journey can be long, it can be arduous, it can have its ups, it can have its downs. You know, kidney disease is not an easy disease. You know, I would say to, you know, keep your spirits as high as you can, keep your energy, like to actually fight this disease, but also to fight for yourself. It is so important.
Wilson?
You know, I agree 100%. And what I want to tell other patients is that, you know, this journey is not meant to be easy, but this journey is meant to get us stronger, to get us better and more resilient. And that, you know, I tell a lot of patients all the time is that you see the rough road ahead of you, you see the journey ahead of you. And how do you walk 10,000 miles? You don't sit around thinking about, oh, 10,000 miles too far. This journey is going to be too long. It's going to be too difficult. There's too many obstacles. What you do is you take your first step, and then your next step, and then your next step. As long as you're moving forward, doesn't matter how much you move forward. If you can move an inch, you can move a mile, but you got to move that inch. Just know that if you keep moving forward, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the body is a strong thing. It's a resilient thing. If you allow it to get better, it will get better. You just got to fight for it. And everything throughout this journey, nothing's going to come easy. It's going to be a fight. But you know what? We all have it within us. That's what I would tell all the other patients. We could all get through this together. We're all fighting through this together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great, great. I am so happy we had this conversation, and thank you both so much for sharing your time and your stories with us today. You both are truly inspirational. And now I want to kick it back over to Lou and Sidney to get us out of our seats again for another warm-up. Take it away, friends.
All right, friends, we have another warm-up for you. So be sure you're out of your seat and you're up. Everybody get ready. Here we go. Stretch number 3. Jog in place for 10 seconds. Everybody, come on. Everybody, jog in place, 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Take a break. Everybody take a break. Take a break. Okay, here we go. We're going to stretch number 4. It's a lunge forward, nice long stretch with leg right or your left leg, either your left leg, your right leg, stretch forward. Okay, then switch, left leg or right leg, stretch forward. Get yourself ready. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go back to Sidney's favorite. We're gonna do 10 jumping jacks to end this. 10 jumping jacks. Okay, you guys, here we go. 10. Don't stop on us, Sidney. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I can't really see Sidney, so I'm not sure if Sidney's actually doing it. Do you think Sidney's okay? Okay, Sidney's good. We're good. Thank you, Lou and Sidney. Hope you're all stretched out and ready to go. Back to you, Erwin.
Thank you, Lou and Sidney, for another great warm-up. I bet you all at home are almost ready for your walk. I now have the honor to sit down with 2 amazing leaders from my organization. They are Sue Peterson and Carolyn Della Maggiore from the Giants Community Fund. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have a few questions for you both that will help the folks at home to understand how the great work you do with the fund relates to kidney health. The Giants and the Community Fund have held a yearly Donate Laugh Day for over 20 years now. Tell us about this special day and why the organization is dedicated to bringing awareness to the importance of being an organ or tissue donor. Caroline.
So Donate Life Day is really all about awareness. So it started in 1998. Lori Gardner, wife of Giants pitcher Mark Gardner, was diagnosed with liver cancer, and they wanted to start the day to raise awareness. And we've continued it every year since. We have this amazing opportunity to use the ballpark as a platform to share our important message with our community and our fans. So we work with Donor Network West, and the message really starts as soon as the fans walk through the gates. So we help to design and print these player trading cards with facts about organ donation that we hand out at the gates as fans enter the ballpark. We use our scoreboard. We direct fans to visit a place in the ballpark called the Community Clubhouse, where fans can learn more about becoming an organ and tissue donor. In fact, in recent years, we've had more than 460 fans visit the booth and 25 people register to be organ and tissue donors. The message also is carried out throughout the day through our pregame elements. So we have a home plate ceremony. Often we'll have somebody who has been a donor or received a donation be throughout the first pitch, sing the national anthem, and also be a ball dude for the game.
Great stuff. Now this question is for the two of you. Why are events like the Kidney Walk important for our community?
I think Sue just touched on it. I mean, it's really about awareness and education and making sure people are signed up. I mean, I've been a part of this day for 20 years, and probably halfway into the partnership, I realized I wasn't even signed up to be an organ donor. So it's really important for us to educate our fans, our community, and our front office about all of these important issues. And I think, again, we are very lucky to have the ballpark as our platform to do this.
And that's so true for so many other things that are happening in the world out there. And so neither does the commitment from everybody that's walking, and from our standpoint, that's extremely important. So we all need to recommit to these causes, including fighting kidney disease. And we applaud all the walkers out there, as well as everybody who's taking the time to watch this video and be part of this event, because each person, each one of us can make a difference. And we're grateful for everybody's support.
Well, it was so great speaking with you both, and the work you do makes me even prouder to be a Giant. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Erwin.
Thank you, Erwin.
Thank you. Next in our program, we're going to switch things up a bit with a performance from our amazing DJ Courtney. Everyone get up off your seats and dance. DJ Courtney, take it away.
Thank you, Erwin, and thank you everybody so much for coming out and grooving with me today. Let's get this party going. Don't forget, if you got a favorite song, put it in the chat and we will get it on so we can get you to do what you are doing. Put it in the chat. Come on, put it in the chat. We'll do it. Let's set this party on fire. Oh yeah. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna close out this segment. I want to invite Lou and Sidney back on the screen for a little friendly competition. Lou and Sidney, why don't you head over to third base? We're gonna have a little official mascot race from third base to home base. If you guys are ready, are you ready? Who do you think is gonna win? Is it gonna be Sidney? Is it gonna be Lou? You put it in the chat, you decide who the winner's gonna be. Okay, you guys, here we go. All right, on your march, get set, go! Oh, here they come, they're coming down the line. Here comes Sidney. Sidney's in the lead. Lou's putting an arm out. Lou's putting an arm out. And they're coming down the home stretch. Is it Sidney? Is it Lou? Is it Sidney? Is it Lou? I'm not sure again. I think you guys are going to need to pick who the winner is. Put it in the chat. You decide who our winner was. You guys can do it. How fun was that? Thank you both, and thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you enjoyed my tunes today. Erwin, what do you think of the race?
Thank you so much, DJ Courtney. Your music was so fun and energizing, and wow, wasn't that a close race? On behalf of the National Kidney Foundation, thank you so much for tuning in today. We are so grateful to every one of you for lacing up with us over these last few months. And we're not done yet. Be on the lookout for an email with some exciting post-walk goodies. Okay, it's almost time to lace up, but first, here's a reminder of what to do when we all hit the streets. 1. Let friends and family know you're lacing up by posting your fundraising page to Facebook with an update. 2. Take your own personal walk around your home or neighborhood. 3. Don't forget to post your walk day selfie using the hashtags LaceUp, PAKW, LaceUp, PNW, and Kidney Walk LaceUp. It's a great way to let your supporters know that you have met your goal or still need some support to cross the fundraising finish line. Do not forget to visit the Wellness Village to join the breakout sessions via Zoom and to watch our 3 very special videos. Please note that the videos and webpage will be live for a total of 5 days, which means you can either go out on your walk now or later and come back to view the yoga session, learn to cook kidney-friendly ballpark chili, and even use our donation link to send in one last donation. Remember, we all have different reasons for walking and different experiences with kidney disease, but today, our different paths share a common purpose. Together, we will lace up to save lives. Let's check out our top team and walkers and get ready to go. Good luck on your walk, Lucille and Sidney.
Guess who's back again? Why you mad? Fix your face. Ain't my fault they all be jacking. Keep up. So many pretty fault they all be jacking. Keep up. Players only.